Good morning, everybody. This is Pam from Nana's Crafting Cottage. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to all my new subscribers and welcome back to my current subscribers, whether you've been here for a long time or a short time. Welcome. Today I am going to show you how I arrived at making these faux film strips. And what I did is I had it all in one piece and I cut them into clusters. So there's that guy, and there's this one, and there's this one. So I am going to gather a few things and I will be right back. Okay, I am back. First of all, I wanted to say that what I did for the edging here, for those holes here, I used my mini cinch. This thing is amazing. If you do not have anything like this, you can use a smaller round hole punch. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. That's a round one. And then I also have a square one here. I have so many of them, I need to pick it up. Okay, here it is. Here's the square one. It's kind of hard to see what it looks like, but it is a smaller square, and it's about just a little bit smaller than this. I don't know if I can show you this way. There it is. So it's close to the same size as the cinch makes. That square there. And I got it off of Amazon. I just put in square hole punch and that's what I got. So I was using this before I got my cinch. Now you can also use just a regular hole punch. It does not matter the shape of your edges. It does not matter at all. Or even if you want to do edges at all. Now what I did use was some acetate. I have like a booklet of it. You just pull it out and use it. So it's just clear acetate, or if you have packaging, whatever you want to use. Now this piece is, let me measure it for you, because I'm sure people will want to know. Okay, this is 1.5, and I think it's 12. If I remember right, my sheets, yeah, they're 12 inches long. So I kept the length. I had this as a scrap, and it was the same size as this other piece that I used to make these. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to use my cinch. And it has the squares here, and so you can line up where you want to put, where you want to start them. I like to start at the end. So I just make sure that this is lined up just this side of the first square. And if you want to do the hole punching, just punch down the line, just however you want to do it. I've done that as well. Okay, and then get it set up for the next set. Put a thread on there. Okay, see how it's coming out here? I don't know if you can see it or not. Yeah, it's coming out pretty cool. It doesn't matter if they're perfectly centered. I just do it the best I can. And there we go. We got that side done. So I'm going to do this side. And I'm kind of following the holes that I've already made here as to where I want to line it up in my machine. You can have them the same, directly across from each other, or you can offset them, and you can do that however you want to If you have a square hole punch or a round hole punch or no punches at all, you can just, these things are kind of bugging me here. Those are my goodies for the project. Yeah, so just put that there and then get to the next set. This is so much easier. I had gotten this a year or two ago. My sister had told me about it, Crafty Auntie, and so I had to go in and get it. Had to have it because it's so much easier than the hole punch. Okay, so I have that all punched. Now, what I did use to, let me just set this down over here, to discolor it, to make it look like it's real old and wet, you know. Anyway, I used alcohol inks. You can use whatever kind of ink that you have. I happen to have a big set of alcohol inks, Ranger. So I'm going to use the Honeycomb, kind of hard to see, Sienna, and Butterscotch. And all I do is just kind of smear them on and then drip others on. So I'll do that real quick. And the good thing about this is it dries really, really fast. So I'm going to grab some big tweezers. These I got in a set of 3 or I think it was like 4 of them at Harbor Freight a long time ago. They still sell them. And I was tempted to get some more because these are getting pretty worn out, but I thought, well, they still work. I'm not going to worry about it. So I just squeeze it on, just kind of smear it around. Let it drip down. And like I said, the alcohol inks dry really, really fast. Okay, and I just put it wherever I want it. So how are you guys doing? I'm doing pretty good. It's been nice and cool here, but today it's going to start a several day warm up, and then it's going to stay. It'll warm up to the 80s, and then it'll stay like that for several days. So I'm not quite happy about that. We are not hot weather people. That's why we live in Oregon. But yeah, other parts of the country have been sweltering. I just feel so sorry for those people. Okay, there we go there. This is pretty dry, so I'll grab it here and finish up. Just kind of smear it around. There's no pattern, there's no right or wrong, you just do it. Okay? So, that is the butterscotch. It doesn't matter what you start with or what you end with. And this is the sienna. So with it, I'm just going to drop it here and there. And just squeeze it and drop it, and it does its own thing, which is really neat. And you just haphazardly, or very little or a lot, doesn't matter. Okay, so there's that. And then with this last one, I'm just going to drop it here and there. Not a whole lot, just enough to get some color added. And it just kind of spreads. You just play around with it. If you've got alcohol inks, they're a lot of fun. They're easy to use, and you get all kinds of different effects with it. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is take it and kind of tap it so I don't have a big buildup on the edges. Whatever I can get off, I'm going to get off. And if you're going to handle it, you want to use gloves. So, yeah, there we go. That looks pretty cool. Sorry for the shine there, but let's pick this up. Yeah, looks really, really neat. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside and let it dry for a few minutes, and that's about all it's going to take. Not going to take long at all. And I need a sip of coffee here. It's pretty early in the morning, and I wanted to get in here and get this video done because, like I said, it's going to warm up today, and I don't want to be hot in here because that's what happens. Okay, I'm going to be inking everything I have here because I don't know what I want to use. This is already inked. This is already inked. A few things are and a few things are not because I've added them later. So this is part of Tea Bag here. This is fabric that I stamped on with a script stamp. And yeah, here's the tea bag pieces. And those I just, pardon me, I just emptied the tea bags of the tea and carefully opened up the bag and then just sprayed it with my oxide sprays. That's it. And it's pretty easy to tear, so you can, you know, tear it into smaller pieces or big pieces, whatever you want. And these are photos from Photo Booth from Tim Holtz, as are the ones I used on this one. They seem to be the perfect size for it. And I did get this idea from Pinterest. I just was going through the different film strip ephemera that I could find and putting it in my boards and stuff and saving them. And this was one of them. And I thought, oh, that's a neat idea. I can use my cinch and I can use my scrap plastic and acetate. You can use packaging, whatever you have that is firm enough to do this project. Now I do want to invite you to come over on Facebook to Rockin' Robin's Creative Corner. I'm going to be doing a live on there again. I did one last month and I had a blast. It was my first one ever and I just had so much fun. And it will be on the 26th this month at 10 o'clock in the morning. So if you aren't a member over there, go ahead and join in. It's a lot of fun. There's so many different crafty people on there, and there's a lot of live videos that she has set up with different ones, and she asked me if I would do another one, and I said absolutely. It was so much fun. Okay, I got these all inked. So now all that's left to do is to lay out, because this is dry. Is it dry? Pretty, yeah. I think it is dry. See, it dries really, really fast. Okay. So what I want to do is lay out how I want to do these pieces. I don't know that I like any of my, oh, that one isn't, underneath, because you can't see it very well the way I've inked it. Now if you do it in a lighter color like the butterscotch or something like that, the whole thing, then you could do that. But I chose not to on this one as well. Okay, so it's just a matter of laying things out how you want them. And I've got book page, I've got ticket, I've got some eco dyed paper here, just a piece of it. And here's some tea bag. And then I will cut these up into clusters like I did here. So I have to put them in the sizes that I think I want. And I've used my art glitter glue on this and it works perfect. So you don't have to have a special glue for this at all. And we'll do that. Still a little tiny bit tacky, but it will dry the rest of the way. Okay, that piece of string out of the way. All right. So I hope this inspires you guys to try something new with the supplies that you have. You don't have to have the exact supplies that I have or anybody else. You can just make do with what you have. And that's what I've done here. And there. Okay, so it's a matter of just gluing down. And I have some numbers here also that I have a die set that's 1 through 0, and they're nice big numbers. And what I did is I cut it out of some cardstock, some printed cardstock. I think it was Tim Holtz paper. But what I did after I inked it, I was like, that's not dark enough for me. So all I did was just add some black. Just got my ink out and added it to darken it up. So there's always some sort of trick that you can come up with to make things stand out like that. And let's do number 8. I like 8 and 5. I don't know why. I'll do 2, but it seems like I always want to cut out a bunch of 8s and 5s for whatever reason. Okay, so, and it's textured. It's a textured die, so you can see the lines in it there. And I'm kind of tip it that way. Okay, and this is just my Memento ink because it dries well, dries fast, and it's permanent. So yeah, okay, so these will be my 3 clusters. And now I want to use the top-down method for gluing. So I'll glue a little bit here on this ticket and on here. Here. Oops, don't move. And here. And that'll get the cluster together so that I can glue it down onto my piece. A lot easier than tearing it apart, especially if you like how it looks. It is hard to get it that way again. Believe me. Okay, so here. Alright, let me get my smaller tweezers here and get this and put her down. Much easier than trying to tear it apart and get it back together. I've done it where I've taken pictures and that, but it's kind of a pain. So I don't like to do that. Okay. Would help if I get it in the right spot there. Okay, so I got that together. And now to get, let's see, I'm going to put that on the top. I'll put it with my glue stick, I think will be a lot better. Get that together. And get this and this. Okay, so there's that. And then get my glue stick out. And I just use this Scotch Create permanent glue stick. I love it. And with this big container, it lasts a good long time. Okay, let's put some glue on this guy. It doesn't matter that it's folded in a spot. I just want to get it put down. There we go. And then we can just take the whole cluster and glue it down. How easy is that? I learned that top-down method from Barbara on 49 Dragonflies a long time ago when I was first starting out. I watched her, especially when I was first starting out, getting the basics and you know what to look for and all this kind of thing. So I saw her in some other big channels, I call them. Okay, so that's number 2, and now let's try and get number 3 done. Let me put this glue away. I don't need it anymore. And my stand. Okay. So let's start with the lady here. Get her there. This like that. This here. And then we'll put this little guy. I'll just glue it on the end for now to get him stuck down. Do it like that. Okay, there's our cluster. Now let's glue it. I'm going to use my tweezers here. Okay. Get under here and get that tacked down when I lay it down, so we won't have any loose parts flapping around. And pardon me, here, some of it we don't need the glue on, so I'll just dab that off, let it dry. And there we are. There's our film strip cluster. There we go. Now, what I'm going to do with these when they're dry and with these is I'm going to go to my sewing machine and do a little bit of stitching just here and there. Just a little bit of zigzag here and maybe here and maybe a little bit up here. Just a little bit. Just enough to give it some more texture, and then use it in my projects. So there you go. Quick and easy. And if you have any kind of hole punch, does not matter, give it a go. I'd love to see it. Come and put it on my page, Nana's Crafting Cottage on Facebook. I'd love to see them. Or on Instagram. I'm on Instagram as well. And I'll be posting about this video and this picture as well. Okay, guys. Well, you take care, and I hope to see you again soon. And you get inspired, hopefully, and try something out. Something new. Take care, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.